My beloved, before you even opened your eyes this morning, I was with you. My presence lingered over your resting body, watching as your first breath drew in the new day. You may have awakened with questions heavy on your chest, the weight of today's responsibilities already pressing in. Yet, here you are, listening, searching for a whisper from me, hungry for the voice that steadies your heart. Know this, I see you. I have waited for this moment, eager to speak peace into your busy mind. Let your soul find a pause right here with me. Let the hum of worry quiet, if only for a minute. As sunlight enters your room and brushes your skin, feel it as my gentle reminder that you are never alone. My care is steady, not based on your performance or perfection, but rooted in the endless delight I take in you as my beloved child. All the noise outside, and even the rumblings inside, cannot eclipse my steady hand on your life. I am here, closer than the breath you just drew, ready to start this day beside you. When the swirl of doubts or anxious thoughts tries to sweep you up, let them fall away like leaves in a passing breeze. Remember the moments, however small, that call your heart back to gratitude. The scent of coffee brewing, the sound of laughter from another room, the soft morning light, all are reminders that I am providing for you even when your mind is crowded with uncertainties. Gratitude is not a duty, it is a doorway. When you pause to notice, even for a heartbeat, the gifts already present, you uncover that you are surrounded by my goodness. There is no path I ask you to walk alone. Even as you prepare for the day, facing appointments, children, unspoken fears, I go before you. I will be the strength behind your smile, the steady patience within your parenting, the resilience you find when the unexpected arises. Bring me your concerns about your family, your future, your fears. Let your honest prayers fill this quiet space between us. Nothing you voice surprises me, and nothing you hide can keep me away. Can you feel the warmth of my affection as you settle into this moment? Place your hand over your heart. Breathe deeply and exhale, letting go of what you cannot control for just this instant. In the stretch of this silent surrender, I am drawing close, offering my peace that soothes the anxious stirrings within. Release your need for certainty. My timing is different than yours, measured with love and mercy that sees the whole picture, not just today's small slice. Trust that I am preparing answers, opening ways forward even when the doors still seem closed. Maybe you have questions that have lingered for weeks or even years, wonderings about your next step, your purpose, your worth. I have not forgotten. The dreams you whispered to me in the shadows, the needs you've barely let yourself name, I carry them all. I ask you not to rush ahead, nor to try to force solutions on your own. The urge to control, to have it all figured out, will not bring you peace. Instead, let me lead. Walk at my pace. Rest in my assurance that I am already at work for you, shaping each day to draw you more fully into your true calling. Sometimes you look at others and wonder if you measure up, if you are falling behind, if there is something you missed. Let go of those comparisons. I crafted you with intention, planted strengths and tenderness in you that are precisely right for your journey. Your struggles do not disqualify you. Your questions do not push you from my presence. You, right now, as you are, uncertain, imperfect, longing for clarity, are exactly who I want to draw close to. You are never out of my reach, never too much or not enough for my love. Pause again and notice the simple, sacred things in your life, your ability to breathe, to feel, to hope. These are gifts you often overlook, but they are evidence of my nearness. The earth beneath your feet, the pulse in your veins, the quiet strength that stirs as you choose to keep going, all are signs that you are sustained and cherished. There will be days of plenty and days of need, days when joy bursts unexpectedly, and days when tears fall freely. Through it all, I hold you all together. Nothing is wasted, nothing escapes my loving attention. When anxiety presses in like a shadow, find a quiet place, even just in your mind, where you and I can meet. Speak your worries aloud or in the silent language of your soul. I incline my ear to you, always patient, never hurried. Each fear you name, each hope you release, becomes lighter in my hands. I invite you now to trust me with the unknowns, with the burdens you cannot solve alone. My strength is made perfect not in the absence of struggle, but in your willingness to let me carry what is too heavy for you. If you are facing decisions that feel overwhelming or uncertain, remember, I am the giver of wisdom, generous and never shaming. Ask me and I will light your path step by step. You do not need to see the whole journey at once. I will show you enough for today. My presence is your compass. My peace will settle over you as you lean into me. Rest in the assurance that the path I mark for you is safe, even when it curves in unexpected ways. Hold to the promise that you are guided by a love that is never impatient with your questions. I see the way you look out for those you care about, family, friends, even strangers in passing. Your heart longs to protect and nurture, and I honor that desire. Trust me with those you love. My care reaches beyond what you can see or do. I shelter your family, guard their hearts, and draw them ever closer to my own. Surrender your anxiety for their lives. I am the keeper of every soul you cherish, watching over them in the dark as well as in the bright of day. As you begin to move into your day, remember this: you are not defined by what you accomplish or by the mistakes you fear. I measure you by the love I pour into you and the love that flows out from you. My grace goes before you, making a way through every troubled place. Where you falter, I uphold you. Where you doubt, I remind you of my steadfastness. Let this be enough for now. You are seen, you are loved, you are never abandoned to walk alone. The morning is new, and so are my mercies over your life. You are cherished not for your accomplishments or the mask you present to others, but simply because you are mine. When your mind wanders into worries about the future, remember that I am already present in the days ahead. There is no shadow that falls beyond my light. Though you cannot see each outcome or grasp why certain things unfold as they do, trust that I hold every season of your life with intention. Even in the wilderness, where direction feels uncertain and prayers echo with no reply, I am guiding you. Sometimes I allow silence so that your spirit can grow quiet enough to receive my deepest assurances. The silence is not absence, it is invitation, space for you to find me, beyond striving, to let my peace fill the cracks left by striving and self-effort. There is no shame you bring to me that can repel my grace. Instead, I invite you to uncover every hidden sorrow and mistake, for nothing confessed to me diminishes my love. If you could see yourself as I see you, you would cast away self-condemnation. My forgiveness is not a one-time decree, it is a river, flowing, always ready to cleanse and restore. Your failings cannot undo my purposes for you. They cannot outweigh the delight I have in seeing you turn toward me, again and again. Let this mercy settle in you and soften every hard place within. I am patient beyond your understanding, never growing weary of your return. As you walk among others, know that you shine with my image. You may feel small or unseen, overshadowed by louder voices or troubled by your sense of inadequacy. Yet I have chosen you not by accident, but because your presence carries a unique expression of my heart into the world. Your kindness, even when overlooked, is never wasted. Your prayers, whispered in loneliness or in tears, rise before me and draw my nearness to those you carry. Every act of love becomes a seed of hope, whether you ever witness its fruit or not. Do not measure the value of your journey by the standards of fleeting applause or worldly security. I see every step, and I walk beside you. In your moments of weariness, come to me without pretense, for I am gentle. You do not need to perform or impress. I embrace you as you are. Rest in my acceptance, and let me lift the burdens you hold. Know that even in weakness, you are not disqualified from my purposes. I choose the humble and the willing, not the flawless. Let my strength flow into your frailty. Let my joy become your steadiness in uncertainty. When the world shouts that you are not enough, listen more closely to my voice. You are loved so much more than you can comprehend, and I will never abandon you. There is much in this life that will break your heart, but I promise to be your comforter, drawing near to bind your wounds. I gather every tear, none are ignored or forgotten. Even suffering is not wasted, for I weave purpose through your pain, crafting strength where there was once only fear. Trust me with what you cannot control, and allow my presence to be your refuge. When hope seems distant, do not let despair have the final word, for I am eternally faithful, and I work all things, even those that baffle and grieve you, toward goodness for those who hold to me. When the journey is hard, remember that nothing can sever you from my love. I delight in seeing you grow, not just in knowledge, but in the quiet courage it takes to trust me with your dreams and disappointments. As you lean into my promises, your faith becomes sturdier, more resilient. Not because storms disappear, but because you learn to walk through them with me by your side. Lift your eyes beyond what is temporary. Know that I am preparing you for things yet unseen, shaping you for eternity, while cherishing you here and now. Allow yourself to receive my love without suspicion or reserve. Let it soften your fears and anchor your hope, for I am steadfast when all else shifts. Let our relationship deepen, not built on duty, but on intimacy. Listen for the gentle nudges that draw you back into prayer, into honesty. Bring all that you are, not just the polished parts. I desire to share every moment with you, not only the triumphant ones. Whether you laugh or grieve, question or sing, I am attentive to every detail. My delight in you springs not from your strength, but from your openness, your willingness to come close and be known. Take courage. There is no place too dark, no wound too deep for my healing hand. Keep drawing near, beloved of my heart. This journey is not solitary. I promise to never let go of you. As you step forward day by day, I walk before you, beside you and behind you, shaping even the unremarkable hours of your life into echoes of my love. Trust in my nearness, rest in my embrace, and know that my affection for you is constant and undimmed, a light in every season you face. I am ever near, closer than breath, nearer than the pulse within you. All that you endure, I witness with long patience and a love that never grows weary. Even in the moments when shadows stretch across your heart, I remain steadfast, holding you in my gaze. Understand this. Nothing escapes my notice, not a single tear nor a fleeting doubt. You are not abandoned to confusion or left to wander alone through days of uncertainty. My promise to you is simple, yet unbreakable. I am with you always, until the end and beyond. If weariness slows your stride or sorrow clenches at your resolve, remember that I draw close, offering rest for your burdened soul. I am gentle. I do not crush the dimly burning wick nor reject the struggling heart. In your brokenness I find opportunity, and in your weakness I pour forth strength. Questions haunt you at times, stirring in the depths, and you wonder why hurt persists, why answers seem slow to form. Know that pain does not birth itself from my hands. Suffering was never my intention for you or for any part of creation. Yet I am not absent where pain arises. I am working still, drawing forth life from ruins, healing from what has been shattered. The troubles you face are not wasted, nor does a moment of anguish pass without my presence wrapping gently around you. I redeem even what appears beyond hope, shaping light from darkness. Ignore the voice that whispers despair, that urges you to doubt your belovedness. You have never been less than precious to me. Not for a single heartbeat have I regarded you with anything but boundless affection. You search for purpose, longing to know if your days bear weight, if your path matters at all in this world's clamor. Let me assure you, your life resounds with meaning. Even the smallest act of kindness, the quietest word of comfort, expands through eternity in ways you cannot see. I cherish every moment you choose hope over resignation, every time you extend compassion or seek reconciliation. These choices shape you into the fullness of what I created you to be. Walking near to my heart, you become a conduit of my own love, mending what the world has broken, reflecting my character as you move through joy and sorrow alike. It is in this movement, between joy and lament, hope and grief, that I shape you most tenderly. Do not resist the seasons of waiting, or despise the moments of apparent stillness. In those quiet spaces I am working, rooting you deeper in my faithfulness, broadening the horizon of your trust. I do not require you to be fearless, only willing. When you falter, do not clothe yourself in guilt or shame. These have no home in the embrace I offer. Instead, bring your pain to me honestly, and your anger or doubt as well, for I am larger than your uncertainties, and my welcome does not withdraw at your hesitations. There is freedom in my nearness, a peace that steadies even trembling hands. I make room for honesty. There is no need to hide your wounds or disguise your longing. I search not for perfection in you, but for openness, for the turning of your heart toward me again and again, even when trust feels frail. The world may judge by failures or past regrets, but I see something deeper. I see the person I formed with care, the one I have counted every hair upon your head. You are not defined by what has gone wrong, nor limited by what you fear you may lack. In my sight, you are continually becoming, unfolding according to my loving intentions. The story I am writing with your life is not scripted by your limitations or detours. Every return, to hope, to forgiveness, to mercy, delights me. I wait eagerly for each moment you lift your eyes from discouragement to remember my constancy. When you grow weary, lean on me. When confusion clouds your mind, rest in my unwavering assurance. It is not your resolve that fixes you in my love, but my gentle grasp that holds you fast. Even when faith falters and your prayers seem empty, I remain unchanging and kind. Let yourself be welcomed by my kindness, even if your steps are unsteady. When you reach for me, you will find that I have already been reaching for you since your first breath and long after you draw your last. I call you toward life, hope, and wholeness. All that burdens you, I invite you to lay at my feet, not because I demand it, but because I long for your freedom and rest. You do not have to navigate the journey alone or muster strength you do not possess. My grace is sufficient, covering all lack, transforming insufficiency into abundance. The world around you may value strength and self-sufficiency, but I meet you most deeply in honesty and vulnerability. There you encounter my grace in its fullness, finding that weakness is not a disqualifier, but a place where my power is made perfect. Trust the gentle nudges that draw you out of isolation, the invitation to be known and to know others. Each connection carried out in love is a reflection of my own heart, a communion that heals wounds the world cannot reach. I carry the fullness of time, every moment past, present, and yet to come. I have not lost sight of you, nor will I ever. You are written into my thoughts, desired and cherished, free to rest in the certainty that you always have a place in my presence. If you listen, even through the noise and distraction, you will sense my quiet assurance, the unbreakable promise that you belong and are never forgotten. When endings come, as they must, you will find that new beginnings arise in their wake. Nothing good is ever lost to me, for I make all things new in the fullness of my love. Remain with me. As you do, all that is broken will find restoring peace, and all that you entrust to me will be held securely, now and forever. I have always been with you, beloved. Long before your waking thoughts ever reached toward me, my gaze rested gently upon you, holding you in a love that never falters. Even in the depths of silence, in your uncertainty and loneliness, you have never been abandoned. At times my presence feels distant, as if I am hidden in shadow, and your heart aches for reassurance. Yet know with the deepest certainty that nothing can push me away. Not your mistakes, not your weariness, not the questions you carry in secret. Every step you take resonates within me. Every quiet hope stirring in your soul rises before me like a fragrant offering. I am the one who knows what you shy away from speaking aloud. I am acquainted with all that you dare not bring into the light. Do not measure my nearness by your feelings, for I remain constant, unmoved, attentive, always drawing close even as you wonder if I am listening. When you stumble, my hands are open, not with accusation, but with the steadying strength you long for. I do not turn from your flaws or recoil at your wounds. Instead, I draw nearer, for I see in you the preciousness I fashioned in love. In every regret that lingers, I offer release, not condemnation. In every longing, I whisper hope. When you cannot understand the turns your journey takes, I understand, for I hold the meaning that sometimes escapes your grasp. Trust does not always feel like certainty, and faith often means stepping forward when answers are obscured. I will not leave you to walk alone. In your hunger for truth and belonging, I am both answer and companion. My compassion surrounds you, not as a distant promise, but as a living, present reality. There is no part of your story that I cannot redeem, no brokenness beneath my notice. What you see only as fragments and disappointment, I see as the very places where my love can shine most brightly. I do not demand a perfection beyond your reach. I delight in every small step toward me, every honest prayer, whether spoken in joy or desperation. Your growth is precious in my sight, not because it moves you closer to earning my approval, but because it brings you nearer to your truest self, the one created in my image, beloved and chosen. When suffering presses upon you and questions swirl at the edges of your endurance, I do not look away. I meet you at the place of ache and bewilderment, offering myself as your refuge and healer. Bring me your doubts, your conflicts, your disappointments. Suffering is not evidence of my absence, but a place where my comfort waits to be received. In your sorrow, I weep with you. In your rejoicing, I celebrate with you. My heart is never indifferent to what weighs heavily on yours. Every sigh matters to me. Every silent tear has been witnessed. I give you permission to speak plainly, to lay your burdens at my feet, and to know that no pain is too insignificant to move me. Let me teach you to rest in my faithfulness. I am not exhausted by your repetitions, nor am I wearied by your needs. Do not judge yourself harshly for your questions or struggles along the way. Growth is rarely a straight line, and I am patient beyond what you can comprehend. Your failures do not surprise me, nor do they change my favor toward you. Instead, each turning back toward me deepens your understanding of mercy. When you reach the end of your strength, know that I remain steadfast, ready to lift you when you cannot lift yourself. There will be seasons where clarity eludes you, where prayers seem unanswered and doors remain closed. In these times, remember that I do not withhold good from you out of indifference or displeasure. Often, what you perceive as delay is the gentle shaping of your soul, forming the strength and compassion that carry you and others forward. I invite you to see these quiet seasons not as abandonment, but as invitation to lean, to listen, to find me in unexpected quiet. In the space between striving and surrender, I meet you afresh, no less present in stillness than in moments of exhilaration. Turn to me also in your gratitude. When the beauty of life stirs your spirit, bring your thankfulness to me. I rejoice in your gladness. It brings me joy to see you thrive, to create, to laugh, to love. These are gifts given freely from my heart to yours. Every act of kindness, every gesture of forgiveness, every choice to love is a reflection of my life within you. I am always working to heal what is wounded and restore what seems lost. None of your efforts to seek me are wasted. Even those days when your faith feels small and your prayers come haltingly, I value each attempt, cherishing them as part of the living conversation between us. Nothing you bring to me is too much. Nothing is too trivial. In your longing for meaning, in your tiredness, in your joy, I am here, unchanging, endlessly attentive, never distracted or impatient. I do not require you to perfect your faith before I delight in you. My mercy meets you in weakness. My love is strongest when you are most aware of your need. Draw near to me, child, not out of fear of falling short, but out of trust that you are already fully seen and deeply loved. I watch over you even as you sleep. In the hours when you cannot hold yourself together, I carry you, sustaining you with a faithfulness older than the first dawn. All the days of your life matter to me. Nothing is wasted. I am not slow in my promises, so lift your eyes. There is hope beyond the horizon you can see, and I hold it secure. Let my peace nourish you in both storm and calm, for nothing can separate you from my steadfast love. You are mine, forever, and I am always for you. You stand before me, your heart trembling like a leaf in a gentle wind, and I am here, closer than your breath, sharing in every longing, every question, every hope that flares inside you. Beloved, do not fear your frailty. My gaze does not turn away from your wounds. I knew you before you were born, seeing the whole of your days laid out ahead. None of your stories are hidden from me, not the secret joys nor the grief you try to press down beneath your daily routines. You are not invisible to me. My love attends the quietest spaces where you think you walk alone. As you journey forward, I see how you search for meaning even in moments that seem weightless or mundane. Nothing in your life is disregarded, for I delight in every step you take. When you rise in the morning, when you worry over the small tasks and wonder if any of it matters, remember this: every act woven through with kindness shines, even if the world never notices. I measure greatness differently. Faithfulness, steady, sometimes unseen, sometimes struggled for, is precious to me. I am not counting your worth by worldly achievement or applause. Even the smallest offerings, a patient word, a gentle gesture, a struggle overcome, echo in my heart. You have asked me why pain lingers and why the night so often stretches on before dawn breaks. Let me cradle you in that sorrow and tell you, not a single tear you have shed is wasted. I gather them all, holding each close, and I promise you that suffering will not be the final word. I do not desire your pain, yet I enter into it with you, turning even the shadowed places toward healing if you let me near. My son walked your earth to share each ache, showing you that my love is not distant or indifferent. In your suffering, you are not abandoned. You are being carried. Even as you doubt, I remain steadfast, holding the fragile candle of your trust. Doubt does not disqualify you from my love, nor does questioning banish you from my presence. I invite every honest ache, every uncertain prayer, Bring your whole self, unguarded, and let me meet you there. It delights me when you open your heart, not as a flawless child, but as one who is real with longing and with frailty. I work best in the humble. The honest admission of need is the doorway through which I enter. You often wonder about your purpose, grown restless in the tension between what is and what you dream could be. I have placed desires within you, unique to your heart, carrying hints of the good I want to unfold through your life. Trust that I am cultivating you patiently, sometimes through waiting, sometimes through obstacles, always with the gentle certainty of my spirit strengthening and sustaining you. When the answers seem long in coming, do not lose heart. In the quiet ground, seeds are maturing, unseen roots drawing nourishment until the right moment. You have not been forgotten. Know that my timing is loving and wise, even when it doesn't align with your own. When you falter and fall, I do not turn away in disappointment. My forgiveness is not exhausted. My mercy is far greater than your regret. Return to me in honesty and I will restore you. Nothing you confess will make me love you less. Nothing you have done will lock the doors of my compassion. I see beyond your failures to the truest you, the precious child I formed with intention, the beloved soul I call by name. Take my hand as you rise, and let me guide you forward without fear or shame. Rest in the knowledge that you are accepted, now and always, for I am the one who heals and makes new. I know that sometimes your world overwhelms you with injustice and brokenness. The suffering of others troubles your spirit. Do not allow despair to deaden your hope, for I am at work, even where you see only darkness. As you seek to love others, I pour my strength into you. You do not bear the weight of healing the world alone. My spirit goes before you and beside you, whispering courage when your strength falters. I will show you joy amid sorrow, hope through disappointment, and peace that steadies you even when storms rise. Keep returning to me in every season, every circumstance. You will find me faithful, again and again. You are my beloved, cherished, pursued, and held. Remember this always. My love endures, surrounding you now and in every moment to come. My steadfast love upholds you even in the silence that sometimes closes around your heart. When you strain to hear my voice and feel as though the sky has grown heavy and still, know that I am not absent, nor am I far. I move closer than your own breath, holding every hope and sorrow you offer. In the stillness, I am present, patient, drawing you into deeper trust. You are not forgotten. Even when your heart aches with longing, even when doubt tugs at your spirit, I am shaping you through this very waiting, teaching you to lean on my character rather than on fleeting emotions or understanding. Your struggles do not distance me from you. Rather, they are invitations for you to lean in more closely, to bring honesty and questions and even anger to me. I am not threatened or wearied by your wrestling. Instead, I welcome it. For every groan that escapes your lips, I hear and hold it. I interpret your wordless prayers with tenderness, for I know the burdens you carry and the fears you rarely speak. As you persist, as you lay your life before me in all its messiness, my presence surrounds you with unwavering commitment. When darkness presses in and you feel alone, remember, I never tire of lifting you up. I see every tremor of your faith, every faint hope you dare to ignite. My grace is not earned by your certainty or strong declarations. It is given freely, because you are mine. I am unchanging in my affection for you, even when you feel tossed by storms of anxiety or sorrow. In your weakness, my strength finds room to work. Lean into my sufficiency, especially on days when you worry you have nothing left to give. You do not have to manufacture courage or keep up the appearance of unshakable belief. Simply turn toward me, as you are. I receive you tenderly, always ready to give rest to your weary soul. If the path twists in ways you never anticipated, if you look ahead and all is fog, remember my promises. My plans for you hold good, even when you cannot see their shape. I do not ask you to map out your future on your own, or to pretend you know my entire design. Instead, I reveal each next step as you are ready, illuminating the way not all at once, but by the light needed for this moment. Trust that I am attentive, I do not leave you to wander lost. Each circumstance, each encounter, every season of waiting, these are not wasted. I redeem every moment, bringing life from places that have felt barren and fruitless. Do not mistake silence for abandonment, nor waiting for indifference. I work in hidden spaces, tending to the roots of faith within you, even before a single green shoot appears. Your story matters to me, not just its resolution, but each faltering word along the way. I delight to be with you in the process, not only in your triumphs, but also in your confusion, your heartbreak, your longing. When you cry out and it feels like your prayers bounce back empty, remember, I am closer than you know. I hear you, and I hold your heart safely. I am attentive to the smallest details, remembering every hope you dare entertain, and every disappointment you struggle to name. My compassion covers you, and my joy in you is never diminished by your doubts or your pain. Even as questions swirl, let deep assurance settle within you. I am for you, not against you. Nothing you carry is too heavy for me. Though your journey may bring you to the end of your own strength, I assure you, you have not come to the end of mine. My faithfulness endures past the breaking point of your own resources and patience. When you falter, I hold you up. When you do not know how to pray, my spirit meets you in your weakness, interceding with gentle groans too deep for words. I never leave you to bear burdens alone. I walk each valley at your side, even when shadows fall thick and cold. Take courage. My hand is steady. Trust that I have not lost sight of you for a moment, nor am I repelled by your confusion or questions. Lean into my presence. Allow your honest longing and grief to bring you even closer to me. I see the goodness I have planted in you, even when you find it hard to see anything but failure or regret. My understanding of you is not limited by human vision. I see your heart in its entirety. I know each moment you choose compassion, each act of kindness that goes unseen. Nothing is small or forgotten in my eyes. Your desires matter. Your tears are precious to me. I do not measure you by the standards of the world. I delight simply in who you are, my beloved, and in your willingness to turn to me again and again. Let me steady your heart. Let my words soothe your fears and quiet your racing thoughts. I am never impatient with your growing, nor frustrated with your questions. Even now, if hope feels slim and you are tempted to give up, hold out your longing to me. I honor honest faith, not perfection, not polished prayers, but simple trust that reaches for my hand. Even the smallest gesture, the faintest breath of trust, is received with joy. As you offer me your uncertainty, your disappointment, your returns to hope, know that I am already working redemption in ways beyond your imagining. My mercy renews every morning. My love does not wear thin. Stay close. Keep coming to me with all you are, all you feel and cannot yet understand. I have not called you to this journey to abandon you midway. The path is not always easy, nor is every answer quick to come, but I promise, wherever you find yourself this day, my steadfast presence is your constant assurance. Your name is always known to me, your place secure in my love. Even as you journey through days that stretch long and nights that press close, I am nearer than the breath you draw. My presence is not bound by your feelings or obscured by your doubts. When your spirit grows weary and you question your worth, know this is not the measure by which I hold you. My love does not falter with your imperfections, nor waver when you stumble. You are never abandoned, though your heart at times may feel bereft and alone. I have carved your name upon my heart and pledged myself to your care before you could utter your first cry. You may perceive life's trials as evidence of abandonment, but the storms are not proof of my departure. They are not punishments, nor are they signs that I have withdrawn. Rather, think of them as the moments I draw even closer, whispering my comfort with every heartbeat, inviting you to lean into me in your pain and confusion. Pain will not have the final word over you. Despair will not be your lasting inheritance. In every darkness, my hand is steady and sure, reaching, healing, restoring what sin or sorrow have marred. When you cannot find words to pray and silence feels heavy, I am there, hearing every longing of your spirit. Your tears are not unnoticed, nor are your sighs wasted. Each hurt, each hope, is received by me fully known, held tenderly in my love. I gather the fragments of your heart, and with patience that surpasses your understanding, Begin the work of mending what you cannot fix on your own. My gentleness is not weakness. It is the strength that carries you when you have nothing left to give. Know too that I do not love you because you are whole or strong. My love does not hinge on what you can accomplish or how well you meet the world's demands. I love you in every frailty, every doubt, every moment you wish you were more. I see you as you wish I would see you, and even more clearly than that. I recognize both your ache and your yearning to be loved. My arms remain open. The grace I pour out over you is renewed with every morning, certain and boundless, no matter how many times you have faltered or fallen short. If shame rises and burdens your soul, remember that my mercy is stronger than your deepest regret. There is nothing you carry that I cannot redeem, no wound so hidden that I do not see. I will not turn my face from your struggles, nor will I withdraw because you have failed. In my sight, you are never disqualified from my love or my desire to walk beside you. I call you not as the world calls, measuring you by achievements or failures. Instead, I speak your truest name, the one I gave you from the beginning, when I formed you in secret and delighted in your being. Let your striving give way to trust. Let your fear yield to the certainty of my faithfulness. I know each path you will take, every choice shaped by hope or shadow. I neither force you nor abandon you to wander alone. I wait for you, not as a stern judge, but as a parent whose heart aches for their beloved child. When you return, no matter how faltering your steps, I meet you on the road, arms outstretched, not to chastise but to embrace, to restore what you thought lost forever. Do not believe that you must hide your weakness from me. Do not imagine that I am repelled by your wounds. Bring your pain, your anger, your confusion. Bring your questions and your lack of answers. I welcome not only your praise but your sorrow, your disappointment, your honesty. There is nothing in you I do not already know. Give me your burdens and I will walk with you through the valley, unhurried and gentle, holding you when strength has fled. Never let the shadows convince you my love has an end. Human love may falter, but mine is an unbroken promise. When you feel emptied and forgotten, I am remembering you. When you see no way through, I am already making a way. Each moment you choose trust over despair, no matter how small, is radiant before me. I am not counting your missteps, but rejoicing in every part of you that turns toward me, even in weariness or trembling hope. You are not alone in your longing to be wholly known and wholly loved. I have made you so your heart can recognize my voice, gentle, patient, unchanging. In every chapter yet to unfold, I will be with you. Nothing you face can separate you from my love or from the future I hold for you. I go before you and stand behind. I uphold you within each breath. Rest now in the assurance of my nearness. Do not let condemnation rule in your thoughts, or shame silence the song I have placed within you. I am not distant, nor am I waiting for you to become worthy. You are my beloved. Nothing, no fear, no failure, no darkness, can take you from my hand. The light I shine for you will never be extinguished. Every day I am calling you deeper into the love that does not let go. Do not let your heart be troubled when uncertainty stirs within you, for I am present even in what you cannot foresee. I know your limitations and frailties. I see each tremor of doubt that shivers through your soul. You may feel you have lost your way, or that every step takes you farther from light. Yet I stand with you in the midst of the shadows, closer to you there than you realize. Your cries do not go unheard, even the silent ones that never reach your lips. I dwell with you in your longing, in your fear, and in your quiet hope. You are not alone, not abandoned or weighed and found wanting. Even in your moments of greatest weakness, my compassion surrounds you. I do not recoil from your wounds, but draw near and offer my presence as healing. There are times you wonder why suffering is not taken from you all at once. I hold the breadth and depth of your journey in view, knowing that from breaking comes newness, and from surrender, growth that cannot be forced. Even the tears you shed in loneliness or weariness are precious to me. I do not require perfection, only your openness. I see beneath your outward acts and into the quiet places of your heart, where intentions flicker and hope strives to rise. When discouragement threatens to harden your spirit, I ask only this: let me into that space. Do not hide your struggle from me. for I do not shame you for it. Pain is not a sign of my absence, but a place in which my presence is offered in a deeper way. I am with you when faith feels effortless, and I am no less present when you can barely muster a whisper of trust. I do not tire of you, my patience does not falter, nor is my love ever diminished by your questions or by your failures. I have watched over you since before your first breath, and I remain steady as the ground beneath your feet. Wait with me, remain in the quiet, and discover how I am at work within the silence. There, in the stillness, you find I am cultivating hope that was never dependent on your strength alone. When you are tempted to believe your struggles disqualify you, or that your story is too broken to matter, remember whose hands hold you. I do not define you by your failures, injuries, or regrets. I look at you and I see one dearly cherished, called by name, never mistaken or overlooked. Each wound that you bring to me I hold with tenderness, longing to bring about restoration that does not erase your suffering, but transforms even what hurt you into something that bears fruit. What you see is shattered, I see as the beginning of renewal. You long for answers, and I understand the ache for clarity, yet sometimes I ask you to walk with me in uncertainty, trusting that what I withhold is part of my care for you. I desire not just to fix your circumstances, but to draw you continually into relationship with me, a relationship that brings real freedom, not always ease. You may not see every purpose at once, but I promise nothing in your life is wasted when given into my keeping. Every question, every longing, every pain entrusted to me becomes part of a deeper story. I know that what you carry feels heavy and at times unbearable. Lay your burdens at my feet, not because you must be strong enough to let go, but because I desire to bear them with you. My strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my grace is sufficient for each moment. When storms gather and peace slips from your grasp, breathe and remember I do not measure your worth by your calmness or by your confidence. I meet you in the tumult, and I never stand apart from you in your trial. I am at work, even now, drawing forth new life from what you fear is lost. When you cannot see the way forward, remember I am not only ahead of you on the path, but beside you in each uncertain step. I am the assurance beneath uncertainty, the steady hand guiding you when all you perceive is confusion. Know this: your hope in me is not a fragile thing easily broken. It is not something you must manufacture by force of effort. It is a gift I place within you and nurture, even when you are weary or afraid. Hope grows in soil softened by trust, watered by prayer, and by your honest words to me, however faltering. I do not despise your weakness. I honor your courage to come to me time and again with your need, your doubt, and your longing. My heart rejoices not in your strength, but in your willingness to keep turning toward me in the midst of frailty. As you walk this journey, remember that love came first, my love for you, unwavering, already knowing every sorrow and every joy you would encounter. No shadow can swallow you where my light cannot reach. Nothing you confess will make me draw away. Nothing you feel is too much for me. Invite me into your pain, and together we will walk toward newness that, though born of sorrow, is shaped by hope. My promise remains, constant and unchanging. I am with you even to the end of all things, and my love will carry you when you cannot carry yourself. Beloved, your journey on this earth is shaped by many unknowns, yet I walk with you through each one. No disappointment, failure, or sudden ache escapes my loving gaze. Every hope that trembles within you, every cry you utter in solitude, I receive. Your fears may seem vast as oceans, but my promise stands firmer than the mountains beneath your feet. You do not face them alone. In your weakness, my nearness becomes your strength. I fashioned your heart to yearn for more, not to leave you longing, but to gently teach you to look beyond yourself and beyond the circumstances that bring you low. The struggles you carry are not interruptions, they are invitations. Let them draw you closer, not only to me, but also to the compassion and understanding I am growing within you for those around you. Do not let regrets chain you. There is not a single error or missed opportunity in your story that cannot be redeemed in my hands. Let go of the burden to rewrite the past, for I am already shaping the future. Even when your own heart condemns you, I am greater than your heart, and I offer mercy renewed each morning. My love does not withhold itself in frustration or disappointment. Instead, it continues to forgive, to restore, to guide you forward no matter how many times you fall short of your own ideals. When guilt weighs heavy, bring it to me. My forgiveness offered freely, is not given in reluctance but with delight, because you are my beloved child, made not for shame but for freedom. When I look upon you, I do not see only the wounds and failings. I see the child I created, the wonder I placed in you, and the promise of all you will become as you walk with me. You wonder if the prayers you whisper in darkness are lost or overlooked, especially when answers seem distant or silence surrounds you. But every utterance finds its way to me. I am not far off or forgetful. I am attentive and present even when you cannot sense it. My silence is never indifference. There are deeper workings happening within and around you than you can perceive. Trusting me does not require you to understand every turn, only to take each step in hope, assured that I work even the delays and detours for your good. When you feel abandoned, remind your soul, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hold fast to this truth, for it is solid ground beneath your every step. You have seen the pain in the world, and at times it overwhelms you. Grief rises not only from your own loss, but from witnessing the wounds of others. There is a sorrow too large for words when you see injustice, cruelty, or loneliness. Know this, I grieve with you. I do not stand apart from suffering. My own heart breaks alongside yours, and I am always near to the brokenhearted. That ache you feel for others is not a burden I assign to crush you, but a call to partnership. I have placed my spirit within you to comfort, carry, and catalyze love in action. Even your smallest act of kindness, your simplest prayer for someone else, sends a ripple through the world, stirring hope where there was none before. Let compassion move you, but do not let despair take root. Evil does not have the final word, and sorrow will not outlast my joy. When you are tempted to believe your work and character must look a certain way, remember that my delight in you is not based on achievement or polished perfection. You are not measured by the relentless standards of this world, or by the harsh judgments you place on yourself. I see the secret places, the tears you hide, the efforts that go unnoticed, the ways you resist bitterness or choose forgiveness when it costs you dearly. These choices matter deeply to me. My spirit strengthens you for each one, and every yes in the midst of pressure is precious in my sight. You are enough, not because of what you accomplish, but because I have named you mine. Walk in that confidence, and let it bring rest to your striving heart. You do not need to understand everything to experience peace. My understanding is boundless and my wisdom perfect, and it is enough that you lean into my arms when you do not have answers. In the silence, in the wait, in the confusion, my peace can steady your mind. Breathe deeply and let your anxious thoughts settle. I am not in a hurry. I hold time itself. You are safe in my keeping, not because you have mapped out every step, but because I am beside you through every unknown. Let my presence become your dwelling place, your refuge from chaos and confusion. Each day return to me as you would to a safe harbor. Bring your worries, your hopes, your hidden wounds. I receive them all, and I exchange your burdens for the rest only my love can give. As you grow, you will wrestle with doubt and fear. But faith is not the absence of questions. It is trust in me despite them. I am not threatened by your uncertainties, nor disappointed by your honest struggles. Let your doubts draw you into deeper conversation with me, for I welcome your questions. I am the God who listens, who speaks comfort into confusion, who lights the way one step at a time. The faith I desire for you is not brittle or blind, but alive and growing, anchored in my trustworthiness. Hold tight to me, even when your grip feels weak. I hold you firmer still. Seasons will shift and feelings ebb and flow, but my love for you endures through every change. Look for me in the ordinary. My presence fills not only sacred spaces, but also the mundane routines of your days. Whether you pause for a moment of gratitude, share a gentle word, or care for someone unnoticed, you meet me there. I am as close in quiet mornings as in thunderous miracles. Do not wait for grand events to find purpose. Your life, your very being, is of priceless value to me, and the paths you walk, even when small or unseen by the world, matter greatly in my eyes. I am continually leading you deeper into joy, shaping you into one who radiates my love not in dramatic flashes, but in faithful, persistent light. Return to me, again and again, whenever you are weary. My arms remain open always. Whatever burdens you carry tonight, set them in my care. Trust that nothing you surrender to me is ever lost or wasted. I redeem all things, even those that seem broken beyond repair. My promise is sure. I will complete the good work I began in you. Rest now, my beloved, for you are held. I am with you, now and always. I look upon you with eyes that see beyond this moment, eyes that witness every wound, every bright hope, the fatigue that settles in your bones, and the courage that rises anew each morning. My presence enfolds you even when you feel unseen or misunderstood by others. Do not imagine that I grow weary of your repeated prayers, nor think that I judge your struggles harshly. I have treasured every sigh, every tear, every word you dare not speak aloud. Even when you falter, I am patient. Even when you withdraw in fear or shame, I do not turn away. I know all you carry, and I walk with you through all seasons. As you wrestle with choices, chasing what is good and right, yet sometimes falling short, let your heart draw near to me in truth. Your striving need not end in self-condemnation. I am not a distant judge with cold standards. I am the one who shaped you, the one who bends close to whisper encouragement as you try again and again. Reckon with your shortcomings, yes, but let my mercy fill the spaces where you feel lacking. My delight is not reserved for the flawless. I rejoice in every small act of kindness, in every earnest effort, in every time you refuse to give up hope. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by how deeply you are loved. When you find yourself weary, take time to rest not only your body but your soul. Rest is holy, not just a luxury for the strong. I did not fashion humanity to live under constant driving burdens. Allow me to quiet your anxieties with my peace that passes understanding. When daily worries clamor like thunder, let my steady voice call you deeper into stillness. Listen for me in the simple rhythms of your days, in laughter around your table, in the hush of early morning light, in the kind word offered to a stranger. You do not need elaborate rituals or complicated words to find me. I dwell with you naturally, joyfully, when you open your heart in honesty. Trust that even in silence I am at work. My timing does not always match your expectations, but I will not fail you. Sometimes I lead you through shadows so your heart can learn generosity and wisdom. Sometimes I hold back immediate answers to your prayers because I see a better outcome unfolding. Know that your waiting is not unnoticed or meaningless. It is fertile ground. Seeds of character grow unseen for a season, pushing down roots before they ever break the surface. Do not measure my faithfulness by the swiftness of your deliverance, but by the constancy of my companionship. As your world shifts and old certainties give way, I invite you to new ways of loving and being loved. Do not fear change. Let it draw you closer to me, the one who does not change. I am with you in the newness and in the loss, in every unfamiliar place. Bring me your confusion, your questions, your anger. I do not recoil from your doubts. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty, but the willingness to lean into my promise, especially when you do not understand. Take one step forward, however small, and I will meet you there each time. When you are moved to help others who are vulnerable or in need, realize that it is my own compassion stirring within you. I am present in both the giver and the receiver, present when you speak words of comfort, present when your hands reach out to heal or feed, present in the humility of being helped. Keep your heart open to the suffering of others, but let me bear the weights and burdens too great for you. I have grace enough for all broken places. No act of love is wasted, no cup of cold water unnoticed. Let forgiveness and gentleness become your way, not only toward others, but also toward yourself. You are still learning, still growing into the fullness of who I made you to be. Speak kindly to yourself as I speak tenderly to you. When you fail, begin again. Let each day be a new invitation. My love has no expiry, no limit, no hidden condition. I delight to see you choosing compassion even when it is difficult. I sing over you as you dare to believe that nothing is impossible with me. Learn to see the beauty I have woven into your life, even amid disappointment, even through mourning or loss. There are sources of comfort and small joys custom-made for you. Open your eyes to the gifts you overlook in your haste or your worry, the resilience that keeps you going, the friends who bear burdens with you, the moments of laughter that break through sadness. Everything good is a sign of my nearness. Hold fast to gratitude, for it will shield your heart from bitterness and help you remember who I am. Today, let my nearness be your peace and your power. Practice turning your heart to me in the briefest moments, in the quiet pauses of your day, in the middle of your unrest. I am never far. You need never call for long before you sense my answering embrace. Let my love cast out your fears. Know that I am for you, not against you. Every promise I have given remains sure and strong for you. Amen. Beloved one, pause now. Place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply, knowing I am closer than your next breath. Reach out today in kindness, whether to yourself or to another. Let my love move through you in one small, concrete way. You will find me right there, rejoicing with you.